Hello everyone and welcome to my Y&R Insider 24 update channel. Nikki vs Jill, Tessa's bad news, Victor's Phase 2 according to the Young and the Restless spoilers, a preview clip for the week of October 6, 2025, has been released. Kate Fairbanks plays Tessa Porter, who brings bad news to Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, upon her return. Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, faces off with Jill Abbott, Jess Walton. Additionally, Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, reveals Phase 2 of his plan to Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley. Continue reading to learn more about the upcoming episodes of the CBS soap opera. Tessa Porter returns. To begin, let's talk about Tessa and Daniel Romalotti, Jr., Michael Griside, who returns from their trip. They went to investigate the hotel room where Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, said she nearly killed a man. Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, on the other hand, is eager to inquire if Tessa and Daniel have discovered anything when they return to the coffee shop. Tessa and Daniel both have down faces, then the singer admits they did. It doesn't sound like good news at all. There is also how Mariah will react when she learns that Tessa and Daniel are digging into things. The redhead said she tried to kill a man, Michael Swan. This suggests that he was able to survive, but it is clear that he set off something that Mariah tried to kill him. Maybe Tessa and Daniel actually talked to the man. Perhaps Tessa has reason to worry that Mariah might not be safe around them at all. Phase 2 by Victor Newman. Over at the ranch, Victor catches up with Victoria. The brunette wants to know if her father has a plan on how he's going to protect their empire from Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn. The lady might also wonder how that risky alliance is going between Victor and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman. After a brief explanation, Victor informs his daughter that this is only Phase 1 of the plan. Victoria Newman's concern. That is when Victoria asks, "Dare I ask what Phase 2 is?" The patriarch will probably not go into too much detail. While he trusts Victoria completely, the man also knows that she has a moral compass. Plus, Victor won't want to risk anything going wrong. At the same time, Victoria could get worried about Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, in all of this. Nikki Newman vs Jill Abbott. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of October 6 reveal that the preview clip also shows Nikki and Jill facing off. The blonde tells them something she's been wanting to say for a long time when they are left alone. Tessa Porter reappears with disturbing news. Tessa Porter's, Kate Fairbanks, return to Genoa City should have been a relief, but instead, it brings dread and heartbreak. After traveling with Daniel Romalotti Jr., Michael Graziardi, to investigate the disturbing situation surrounding Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, Tessa comes back bearing grim news. To visit the hotel room where Mariah had claimed she tried to kill a man, the two had set out to retrace her steps. That statement alone sent shockwaves through those who love her, especially Tessa and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case. When Tessa and Daniel finally reappear at Crimson Lights, Sharon's hope is palpable. She leans forward with concern, asking, "Did you find anything?" But the moment she sees their faces, her heart sinks. Both Tessa and Daniel are clearly shaken, their expressions heavy with the weight of whatever they uncovered. Then comes Tessa's somber confirmation: they did find something, but it's not good. The words hang in the air like a storm cloud, signaling that the mystery surrounding Mariah is about to take a darker, more dangerous turn. Mariah's confession that she tried to kill a man named Michael Swan, a character that could hold key connections to her past, already painted a troubling picture. But now, it seems there's more beneath the surface, something that could threaten not only Mariah's mental health but her freedom. Did Tessa and Daniel uncover evidence that proves Mariah's claim was true? Or did they discover something even more troubling, such as retaliation or the man's disappearance? Either possibility spells disaster. Tessa's concern may extend beyond what she discovered. She may also be concerned about Mariah's capabilities in the event that she feels cornered or betrayed. When Mariah's emotional trauma came back to the surface the previous time, it nearly cost her her sense of self. With her history of abduction, identity crises, and trust issues, learning that Tessa and Daniel were digging into her past behind her back might feel like a betrayal. This could set off a chain reaction of anger, guilt, and panic. Tessa's love for Mariah has always been unshakable, but this new development may test it like never before. Viewers can expect powerful performances as Tessa struggles to balance her need for truth with her fierce desire to protect the woman she loves. Victor Newman's Phase 2 begins. While Mariah's world unravels, another storm brews at the Newman Ranch, where Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, continues to play the chess game only he can truly master. Victor has always seen the world as a battlefield where loyalty and power are tested daily. His ongoing alliance with Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, shocked many, considering their decades-long rivalry. Yet, even Victor recognizes that Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, poses a threat too dangerous to ignore. For now, this partnership serves his agenda, but as always with Victor, there's more to the story. When Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, sits down with her father, her concern is evident. She knows that if Victor is planning something, it's rarely straightforward and never without collateral damage. "Do you have a plan, Dad?" she asks, her voice tinged with both respect and suspicion. Victor gives a small, knowing smile. Of course he has a plan, he always does. But then he says something that freezes her in place. Phase 1 is complete. Now, it's time for Phase 2. The very phrase sends a shiver of intrigue through both Victoria and the audience. What exactly is Phase 2? It's probably something brutal and extensive, given Victor's reputation for manipulation. Perhaps he intends to fully consolidate control over Newman Enterprises, or worse, to take down his enemies in ways no one expects. Whatever it is, Victor is keeping his cards close to his chest. Victoria's reaction speaks volumes. As intelligent and capable as she is, she also has a strong moral compass, something Victor often views as both her greatest strength and her biggest weakness. She's willing to play the corporate game, but only within certain ethical boundaries. The problem is, Victor doesn't see morality as a guiding force, he sees it as a limitation. His cryptic tone and refusal to share details only deepen Victoria's anxiety, especially when she realizes that Phase 2 might involve manipulating people she cares about, including Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. The dynamic between Victor and Victoria is endlessly fascinating because it encapsulates the eternal struggle between power and conscience. Victoria wants to protect the family legacy, but she also wants to do it the right way. Victor, meanwhile, sees victory as justification for any means necessary. As Phase 2 begins to unfold, fans can expect Victor's actions to shake not only the Newman family but also ripple across Genoa City's business landscape, forcing unexpected alliances and betrayals. Nikki Newman vs. Jill Abbott, a showdown years in the making. While Victor plots his next move, his wife Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, finds herself face-to-face with another powerhouse, Jill Abbott, Jess Walton. Their confrontation is one of the week's most highly anticipated moments, bringing together two of Y&R's most formidable matriarchs. Despite decades of triumphs, heartbreaks, and scandals, neither woman is known for resigning. The scene begins with subtle tension, cordial smiles, polite conversation, but underneath, there's fire. Once they're alone, Nikki wastes no time cutting through the pleasantries. She looks Jill straight in the eye and says there's something she's been wanting to get off her chest for a long time. The tone is sharp, the air electric. Longtime viewers know that whenever Nikki decides to speak her mind, it's never without purpose. Their rivalry runs deep, rooted in years of personal and professional clashes. Nikki, once the dancer who married into power, and Jill, the self-made businesswoman who clawed her way to the top, have always mirrored each other in fascinating ways. Both are survivors. Both have an unwavering devotion to their families. And both have loved and sparred with the same powerful men. Whether their conversation centers around Victor, business, or family matters, fans can expect verbal fireworks. This confrontation may also tie into the larger power struggles unfolding across Genoa City. With Victor and Jack's alliance on one side and Kane's ambitions on the other, both Nikki and Jill find themselves pulled into the crossfire. Nikki, ever the defender of Victor's empire, may accuse Jill of interfering or aligning with the wrong people. Jill, equally fierce, might fire back that Victor's machinations are endangering everyone, including Billy. Their argument could expose long-buried resentments, secrets, and even unexpected truths about their shared past. The week ahead, emotional fallout and power shifts. The episodes this week promise to combine high-stakes intrigue with emotional heartbreak. Tessa's discovery could unravel Mariah's fragile stability and ignite a crisis that reverberates through her family. Victor's cryptic Phase 2 will test loyalties and redefine alliances. And the Nikki vs. Jill confrontation will remind viewers why The Young and the Restless remains unmatched in its portrayal of strong, dynamic women who refuse to be sidelined. Jack's harsh rejection leaves Billy seeking Jill's support. According to The Young and the Restless spoilers, Peter Bergman's Jack Abbott is right not to comply with his brother's most recent request. Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, was wrong to tell Jack that he's playing games. Instead, the head of Jabot wants to preserve as much fluid cash as necessary in preparation for the expected arabesque assault. Billy can't accept that response and believes Jack would provide him with the needed funds. Other red flags were the statements that Abbott Communications would be led by Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and that he would be chief operating officer. In addition, Billy was unaware that Jack Abbott and Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, had a productive video chat prior to Billy's arrival at the Jabot headquarters. Sally Spectra's connection hangs in the balance. Billy almost lost his latest love again. Sally had it up to here, with readers picturing an image of her holding her hand at the neckline of the exercise outfit she was wearing in Chancellor Park while commiserating with Audra Charles, Zuleika Silva. Audra has been a good friend to Sally, despite the fact that she has a lot of personal problems, most of which are her own. Devoted daytime viewers know that Hope's and Silva's characters were written to friend status, so they have someone to chat with about life in Genoa City, Wisconsin. Sally was close to quitting Billy after he threw himself down the Chancellor hole after only recently pledging to reverse course. That's what drove his pop-in with Jack. Jack Abbott has to protect the family legacy. To go to Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, took consideration, gumption, and a strong tongue bite. But Jack did that because he knows Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, is a real threat. Jack's smart strategy of temporarily joining forces with Newman Enterprises to stop Kane from acquiring their businesses is sound. Victor grudgingly will work with Jack because, like him, he sees Jill's role as crucial in helping to stop Kane from advancing. Billy rarely sees the bigger picture because he's only focused on whatever cards he thinks has been dealt. The gamble Jack is taking with Victor is aimed at permanent preservation versus Billy's goal of meeting Sally's needs and still getting Chancellor back if that's possible. Jill Abbott has the power to change lives. It's always great to see a cast stalwart back in the fold. Walton is on a recurring contract. So, viewers only sporadically see Billy's mother and the woman Kane considers a mother figure. Jill has the money to finance Billy's current business goal. Doing so would help her to make amends, with her admission to Jack reinforcing that Billy was treated badly when she sold Chancellor to Victor. More pressingly, Kane's mind needs to be changed. Victor and Jack's alliance may be the last line of defense in GC if Jill is unable to achieve that or at least significantly alter his perspective. Billy seeks Jill's support because of Jack's harsh rejection. The Abbott brothers have always had one of the most complex and emotionally layered relationships in The Young and the Restless. Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, and Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, are bound by blood, legacy, and a constant struggle for approval and control. Their shared loyalty to the Abbott name often collides with their drastically different temperaments, Jack's cautious pragmatism versus Billy's impulsive passion. The latest tension between them once again pushes their bond to the brink, as Billy's ambition and emotional vulnerability collide with Jack's firm stance as head of Jabot. In a move that leaves Billy feeling betrayed and desperate, Jack refuses his brother's financial request, forcing Billy to turn to their mother, Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, for support and perhaps validation. What unfolds is a story about pride, family loyalty, redemption, and the unyielding desire to be seen and heard within a family built on legacy. Jack's rejection isn't rooted in cruelty or indifference, it's the product of experience. Over the years, Jack has weathered countless storms that threatened Jabot's stability. From corporate sabotage to family betrayals, he's learned the hard way that sentimentality can destroy everything the Abbotts have built. His refusal to fund Billy's latest business proposal isn't a personal slight, it's a calculated decision born from responsibility. Jack is aware that Jabot's financial reserves must not be touched in the face of the arabesque assault on their business interests. His focus is on survival, both for the company and the family name. Yet, Billy, driven by frustration and pride, interprets his brother's caution as yet another example of Jack's lack of faith in him. The tension in that office at Jabot headquarters wasn't just about money, it was about years of unresolved resentment, sibling rivalry, and the never-ending question of whether Billy will ever be trusted to stand on his own. Billy's frustration only grows when he realizes Jack already discussed business matters with Jill before his arrival. The news that his mother and brother had a productive video chat reinforces his sense of exclusion. Billy has the impression that his two closest friends are making decisions on his behalf. His plan, to put Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, at the helm of Abbott Communications while he serves as Chief Operating Officer, was supposed to be his chance to prove himself. Instead, Jack's skepticism and Jill's cautious diplomacy make him feel dismissed once again. Jack sees red flags everywhere: Sally's controversial reputation, Billy's impulsive track record, and the inherent risks of mixing business with romance. But Billy, blinded by both love and determination, refuses to accept Jack's logic. His pride and his deep-seated need to be taken seriously push him further down a dangerous emotional path. Sally Spectra's involvement complicates matters even more. Her relationship with Billy is passionate as well as volatile, and her past relationships with other Genoa City men, such as Adam Newman and Nick Newman, still linger. Sally has worked tirelessly to prove that she's more than her past mistakes, a woman capable of standing tall in the corporate world and in love. But Billy's erratic decisions are testing her patience. As spoilers suggest, Sally nearly walks away after watching Billy spiral once again. Her exasperation is perfectly captured in the image of her ranting to Audra Charles, Zuleika Silva, in Chancellor Park, hands pointing, voice rising, and the kind of frustration that can only come from caring too much for someone who keeps sabotaging himself. It's interesting that Audra, of all people, has become Sally's confidant. Both women are fiercely ambitious and have made questionable choices to get ahead, yet they share a surprising emotional intelligence when it comes to relationships. Their friendship offers viewers a refreshing look at the complicated dynamics of Genoa City women supporting each other through chaos. Audra's advice may not always be flawless, but her perspective helps Sally see what Billy cannot, that his inability to balance personal desires with professional responsibility could cost him everything. For Sally, the tipping point comes when Billy, after promising to change, once again dives headfirst into risky behavior, literally throwing himself into the Chancellor chaos just days after vowing to take a different path. That impulsive act pushes him back toward desperation and ultimately leads to his ill-fated meeting with Jack. Meanwhile, Jack's motivations remain grounded in foresight and family preservation. Aligning temporarily with Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, is not an easy choice. It's one that requires him to swallow his pride and confront decades of rivalry. But Jack recognizes the strategic value of partnering with his longtime adversary to protect their shared interests from the looming threat posed by Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn. This is not the first time Jack has been forced into an uneasy alliance with Victor, but the stakes feel higher now. Kane is not a mere nuisance, he's a calculating businessman with personal motives that could destabilize both the Abbott and Chancellor legacies. Jack's willingness to take this step reflects both his strategic acumen and his maturity. He's learned to pick battles that preserve the bigger picture. However, Billy has never been able to comprehend that larger context. His instinct is emotional, not strategic. Where Jack sees caution, Billy sees cowardice. Where Jack sees preservation, Billy sees abandonment. He has been haunted by this narrow vision for a number of years, and it continues to hinder his efforts to establish himself as a respected member of the family empire. His desire to secure funding for Abbott Communications and his simultaneous wish to please Sally reflect the dual forces driving him: professional ambition and personal validation. He runs the risk of losing everything, though, if he tries to please both. Jill Abbott's role in all this cannot be understated. Jill has the unique ability to influence each major participant in this corporate tug-of-war because she is the matriarch who straddles both the Abbott and Chancellor worlds. Her reappearance in this storyline brings a sense of grounded authority that both Jack and Billy desperately need. Jill understands her son's emotional complexities, Jack's sense of duty and Billy's need for redemption, better than anyone. The fact that she recently admitted to Jack that she might have treated Billy unfairly in the past adds depth to her current dilemma. Selling Chancellor Industries to Victor remains a decision that weighs heavily on her conscience, and helping Billy now might serve as a form of atonement. Patty Weaver and Tricia cast returning as Gina and Nina come back home. Soap Opera Digest reports that Nina Webster and Gina Roma will return to Genoa City for a very special event sometime in November, according to the Young and the Restless spoilers. This bodes well for longtime fans. Learn more about actress Tricia cast and actress Patty Weaver's comeback, down below. On the set are the actresses. According to SOD, both cast and Weaver are currently filming on the Y&R set. What brings them back to GC? Well, of course, the wedding of Christine Blair and Danny Romalotti, played by Michael Damian. The Bug's best friend and Danny's sister have to be hand to wish the couple congratulations and be there to support them during their next go at marriage. In addition to Cricket and Danny's wedding, this marks Nina's first appearance since her son Chance Chancellor, played by Connor Floyd, was murdered in Nice. Naturally, this may be an emotional occasion. Will there be drama between Nina and Kane Ashby if the mom runs into him? Only time will tell. Danny and Christine say it's a big event not only for Cricket, Danny, Gina, and Nina, but a slew of other characters on the canvas. Phyllis Summers, on the other hand, may pose a problem for the happy couple on the wedding day. Only time will tell. The last time the Bug and Rockstar got hitched was in 1990, with a ceremony in Hawaii. Naturally, Nina served as Christine's maid of honor, and Gina performed a song titled Starting Here, starting now as the bride walked down the aisle. Will the two play similar roles this next time around? To find out, fans will need to tune in. Fans of the soap opera The Young and the Restless who have been watching it for decades are in for a real treat. Two beloved legacy characters, Gina Roma and Nina Webster, are making their long-awaited returns to Genoa City. The iconic duo of Patty Weaver and Tricia cast's comeback promises to deliver warmth, nostalgia, and possibly a little drama. According to Soap Opera Digest, both actresses have already been spotted on set, filming scenes that will air sometime in November. The wedding of Christine Blair, Laura Lee Bell, and Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian, is the central event of their return, and it is certain to captivate viewers who have been following the show for a while. This emotional and joyous occasion will not only reunite fans with classic characters but also weave together generations of Y&R storytelling in a celebration of enduring love and friendship. The return of Patty Weaver and Tricia cast to the Y&R set feels like a present for loyal viewers who have followed the show's development over the years. Weaver, known for her portrayal of Gina since 1982, represents one of the series' most beloved supporting characters, a woman who has witnessed nearly every major event in Genoa City's social scene through her restaurant, Gina's Place. Likewise, Tricia cast's portrayal of Nina Webster has long been a fan favorite. Nina's blend of vulnerability, strength, and resilience has made her a deeply human character, one whose presence is always felt even when she's off-screen. To see both actresses return at the same time for such a meaningful event gives the impression that the Y&R writers are paying homage to their roots while also setting the stage for emotional storytelling that connects the past to the present. At the heart of their return lies the long-anticipated wedding of Christine Blair and Danny Romalotti. This romantic reuniting of these two characters, affectionately referred to as Cricket and Danny, has been anticipated by fans for decades. One of the show's most memorable plot points was their romance, which began in the late 1980s and symbolized the youthful optimism and vitality of that era of the young and the restless. Their relationship endured separations, betrayals, and years apart, yet their bond always seemed destined to endure. With this upcoming wedding, Y&R offers a rare chance to revisit those golden days while exploring how love matures over time. It's fitting, then, that both Gina and Nina, two women who have deep personal ties to the couple, will be there to witness and celebrate the occasion. Christine and Nina's friendship has been one of Y&R's most genuine and enduring relationships. Nina has always been the Bug's loyal confidant, someone who supported her through heartbreak, professional struggles, and personal triumphs. Meanwhile, Gina's connection to Danny is equally profound. She's not just his sister but also a steadfast supporter of his music career and emotional anchor through turbulent times. Having both women present at the wedding creates a beautiful sense of symmetry, evoking memories of their roles in Christine and Danny's first wedding in 1990. Fans who have been around for a long time will remember the moving ceremony in Hawaii, where Nina was the matron of honor and Gina sang the song Starting Here, Starting Now to the bride. The idea that they might reprise similar roles, perhaps with updated symbolism, adds an extra layer of sentimentality to this new chapter. However, as every seasoned Y&R viewer is aware, major events in Genoa City are never straightforward. The spoilers hint that Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, could stir up trouble on the wedding day. Her past with Danny and Christine is extremely personal and explosive. During the ceremony, Phyllis's lingering feelings for Danny and her rivalry with Christine could easily come to the surface, posing a threat to the happiness of the couple. This kind of emotional turmoil is typical of Y&R. Even happy moments are punctuated by tension, which makes viewers eager to see how long true peace can last. Nina and Gina's presence might serve as emotional grounding for Christine amid the chaos, reminding her of the loyal friendships and enduring bonds that have carried her through decades of drama. Particularly Nina's storyline may have an emotional impact beyond the wedding itself. Her return marks her first appearance since the heartbreaking loss of her son, Chance Chancellor, who was reportedly killed while on assignment in Nice. This tragedy, which showcased Tricia Cast's emotional depth as an actress, remains one of Nina's most devastating chapters for viewers. Now, her return could serve as a moment of catharsis. How will Nina cope with being back in Genoa City, surrounded by memories of her son? Will she find healing in reconnecting with old friends and celebrating love, or will old wounds resurface? There's also speculation about whether her appearance could lead to new conflicts, particularly if she crosses paths with Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, whose complicated history with Chance could reopen unresolved tensions. Gina Roma's return also invites exciting possibilities. As a character who often functioned as the heart of Genoa City's social life, Gina brought class, humor, and a strong sense of family values to every storyline she touched. Though her appearances in recent years have been sporadic, fans have never forgotten her warmth and the vital role she played as both a sister and confidant. With the Romalotti family once again in focus, Gina's re-emergence feels timely and natural. She is the ideal intermediary between the past and the present because she comprehends the emotional complexity of Genoa City's most illustrious families as well as the glitz of the city's music scene. Fans who have been following the soap since the 1980s and 1990s, a time that many consider to be the young and the restless golden age, will feel a strong sense of nostalgia for this return. During those years, characters like Gina, Nina, Christine, and Danny helped define the show's tone, stories centered on love, friendship, and ambition set against a backdrop of moral complexity and social class struggles. By bringing back Weaver and cast, Y&R honors those foundations, reaffirming that its legacy is built on emotional continuity. The wedding of Christine and Danny is not just about two people saying I do, it's a symbolic reunion of the show's heart and history. Behind the scenes, the decision to bring back Patty Weaver and Tricia Cast also reflects Y&R's ongoing commitment to fan engagement. Both actresses have remained active in the soap community, often attending fan events and sharing their fondness for the show. Longtime viewers have expressed their excitement and gratitude for the opportunity to see these iconic women on screen again, and their return has already generated a significant amount of buzz online. For newer fans, this storyline offers a chance to experience the show's deep legacy firsthand, connecting them to decades of storytelling excellence. In the end, the return of Gina Roma and Nina Webster serves as a reminder of what makes The Young and the Restless truly special, its ability to balance nostalgia with forward momentum. As Christine and Danny prepare to walk down the aisle once more, surrounded by friends who have shared their joys and heartbreaks, viewers can expect a wedding filled with emotion, music, and perhaps a few surprises. Whether the event unfolds smoothly or erupts into chaos, one thing is certain. With Patty Weaver and Tricia Cast back in Genoa City, Y&R is once again embracing the magic of its past while paving the way for unforgettable moments to come.